Morning everyone. So those cows were just lame. They're not too bad, but I just saved them walking down there. They can just go in here. There's a bit of grass to them. I need to give them a little bit more over there. And we're just about to wash up. So I thought I'd show you the filter sock at the moment because it's pretty buttery. Look at that, that's just all butter. Scrape it away. That's not too unusual at this time of the year though, because the fat content's high because they're not giving as much milk at the moment. So it does get pretty creamy like that. I think at the moment we're about 12.5% for the milk solids percentage, and it has been up to 13% before, so it can get pretty creamy. I'm just looking for these bulls because they're out, so we've sort of been just fencing them off these sort of areas around here where the cows don't get. There's sort of long grass and they can clean it up. Here you are. And the wire broke, so they got out, but must have just happened. We'll get the motorbike. They've got to go in there. Right, up we go. Up we go. Oh, back in. Oh, not in the shed. Come on, matey. They even knew they weren't supposed to be out. Come on, go around the corner. So this gets pretty long and rank through here. The cows don't come in here at all. So it's a good time of the year that we can sort of put the bulls in and clean it all up. And I left that open so they can get back to the water there. But the fence just snapped with that long bit of stringers just there. It looks like they're chewing on it. There should be power on the fence, but unsure. I'll have to test it. So there's actually not any power on that fence at all. So the meter's just inside the shed there, and then there's a cable that comes across the top here and down, and there's power just on the corner, but it's not at the moment. So there must be a break somewhere. It looks all good though, so that'll hold them for the meantime. I'll go and shut the cows in, and I'll have to fix that later on. The heifers are just here too, so they need shifting later on. I shifted them last night. I've just been following them around with the cows because the cows have been leaving a little bit behind, so there's enough for these guys. Except I'm going to start putting them behind a wire today, so they'll probably go in that paddock there, but we'll do that later on. I was just trying to look around the cows for number 71. She went down last night in this paddock, but I don't think it was milk fever or bloat. She sort of looked like she'd slipped at the trough and then was facing downhill and couldn't get up. So yeah, I didn't see her in there, which is a good thing. She must be up and eating, but I gave her a bag in the side and in the neck, and we had to lift her up with the hip lifters, but as soon as we lifted her up she was good from then, so that's a good sign. Take that. I think those are new, and I'll take that. I've just come up to grab the gator because it's a bit easier when you're fencing. I've got to take 3 reels with me and some standards, so it's a bit easier to just whack them on the back of here and go around places. Need to move those first. Fresh eggs. They love laying on the seat for some reason. It must be pretty comfortable for them. I'll drop one of these reels here, so this is about middle of the paddock. And now I'll drive back down to the other end and I'll walk up here with standards. So my plan is to split this paddock in half, long ways, and then I'll split those in half again. So they'll get 4 days. I think I'll see what it looks like after I split it in half, and I might be able to get 6 days out of this. So I will have a little look once I've done this main fence anyway. And I tried getting this going last night with Dad, but it didn't take. So about an hour ago it just shot up again. So that'd be good. Hopefully it sort of burns down, and then these big chunks of dirt slash roots, we'll have to lift them out, but that'll tidy it up. But I think I'm gonna get wet, so I might go back to the shed because I haven't got my raincoat. Looks like it's raining over there. Might have to wait to put this fence up a few minutes. I definitely made the right call there. It's actually raining quite heavily now. I grabbed this bit of fence too, which was in that paddock. That is from the corner of the hay barn, which we pulled out when Doug was here. I need to pull the staples out, take the barbed wire off, and then I can recycle that into the scrap metal pile over there. I sort of wanted to get those fences done before lunch too. I can go put a rain jacket on, but it's just easier not to. I think it'll pass. Just a short, sharp shower. These heifers think they're going to get moved, and they will soon. So I've grabbed a heap of standards. I've put a couple in here, so that was my point where I reckon it was the middle of the paddock, and I'm going to aim for straight through there. There's a tree that I'm aiming for, so I'll put the standards in on the way, and then I'll put the reel in them on the way back. Everyone does it a little bit differently, but from where I put my standard in, I go 7 paces, or I count 7 steps on 1 foot. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then I whack another one in. And then I find it the easiest, so put the little foot thing facing towards that way, and again, so that way, facing towards both your feet, I should say, maybe. And then there's the reel I left earlier, so you can see it's not perfectly straight, but it's straight enough for me. So straight through there. And these reels are really basic, which are good, nothing like less to break, I guess. So you flick that off, and then it just pulls out. I like these handles because you can hot them up, so just see there's a bar that comes through the back. You can hot it up if you want, you put it on the hook, or if you don't want it to be hot like here and short out, just hook it on like that. I've got a few spare standards too, which is good, want to have too many, but I'll drop them off on the way back where I think I will put the next fence. But the reason I put those standards facing this way is so that when you come back, all you have to do is, and they're on, nice and easy. And again, and I've just been looking or having a look on the way back, so I think I'm going to put my next fence up about here. They'll get that break tomorrow, the trough will be in it, and then I might split that in half again, so I'll get 6 days out here. I'll see how they go with that break. I can always speed them up or slow them down, so I think there's enough grass in here to probably go 6 days. Plus if it's wet, which I haven't actually looked at the forecast, but if it's wet we would move them in the morning and in the afternoon so they don't make too much of a mess. But that's what it ends up. So I've pulled it nice and tight, and then I just hooked the wire around there a couple of times and put it over the fence, so if it falls off it'll still have power on it. I should test the power while I'm here too. I've got my reader. 4.4. That's good enough, that'll keep them in. And then we'll check this one too. 4.7. Same thing. that rain's coming back. So I'm pretty much done here anyway. I did end up setting one up ahead, so if they break through they're not going to get 2 days worth of grass. Plus if it's raining like this tomorrow morning when I come out, or tomorrow afternoon, I can just let them through and know that I've got another day, and I can do that some other time, or set up in front of them when it's fine. Another shower's passed, so I just hit in the hay shed again, out of it, it's only short and sharp. So I've parked the gator over there, shut that gate so they can't get down the race. All they can do is come in here and then turn around. I was almost wondering whether I should have put a gate from this paddock here into there, but I kind of thought about it and I was like, we don't really need one because there's one here and there's one right there, so I sort of decided against it. But we'll shift these now anyway. Pretty easy shift, it'll only take a minute. Hey, watch out. Come on, watch out. Come on. Where's that rock? Where's that rock? Keep the gate open. Go on, girlies. Oh, I should probably stand there so they can't. Through the gate. I also haven't shown you my lawn yet, so this is the finished result really. I've rolled it with a garden roller. I was going to get some guys with bobcats to come in and level it off, but they're flat out, they couldn't really get here, so I wanted to get seed in the ground before it got too cold. So I borrowed Doug's leveling bar and just did it myself, and it's come up pretty good, I think. Except the other day I was putting Frankie to bed. I just put her to bed and I was coming back out and I heard this mowing sound. So I had a look out the window and I could see the cows running up the road. So I quickly ran outside and jumped on the motorbike, headed them off just at the corner, and they were coming back, and as they came back this gate was open and they just piled in here and just, it was all smooth. It was the day I'd rolled everything, it was all smooth and so nice, and they just tore it up all through here, so I had to get the rake out again and go over it. I don't think it's too bad, it's pretty soft though, so hopefully once the grass comes up it'll sort of hide the bumps and should look pretty good. It's going to sink in places too where it's not real compact, but I'll just get some more topsoil and once the grass is established just go over it and sort of smooth it out. So that's the plan. But yeah, I think it's come up pretty good. It'll be good to see it when the grass takes off. I probably did get the seed in a month late maybe, but I couldn't do too much about it. We could only do it when the digger was here, so yeah. This is a bit of a bummer too. This post is rotted out at the ground. It's not uncommon for around here. I don't think they would have been treated either. So I just need to put a little fence up here since the cows are going past. Otherwise they will be in there tomorrow. Righto guys, I'm going to go shut my cows in and head home. So thanks for watching. If you liked it, hit that thumbs up and I shall see you all again next time. That didn't quite go to plan. The cows are up there. They're supposed to be in here. I usually put a bungee up, but I didn't today, and they went in here last night. So usually they know where they're going, but oh well. They're off now. Didn't take too much to turn them around. They should know where they're going.